It says we are live. For those of you who are trying to figure out what's going on, yeah, still not alone, still on holiday, painting miniatures, and hopefully this will be an interesting conversation between the two of us. Who knows?
About spiders?
Well, about something. Yeah, I don't know about spiders. I don't particularly like spiders, so I don't really want to talk about spiders.
But you're going to paint some, though?
I'm going to paint some spiders, yeah.
Because you particularly don't like them?
Well, because I have them, so they need to be painted, right?
Yeah.
I can't leave them unpainted.
What's their names? You've got 3 of them. Have you named them?
No, I'm not naming this.
Maybe we can name them in this session.
Go get some food, some drink, people, your miniatures and food. And before David's already wanted to start, man. He was to get it going. I was like, okay, all right. So he got here early, and then Fred made him wait.
Yep.
I'm not ready, Fred. All right, okay. So let's get cracking into this. Hi, welcome to HowtoRPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I probably will talk about role-playing games or something. And I'm actually not alone, but that's beside the point because we're going to be painting monstrous spiders, giant spiders. These are the giant spiders here. Hello, David. How are you?
Kia ora, how's it going?
So David is going to be painting along with me. You're doing the
frost salamander.
Yeah.
Still painting that.
Yeah, it's a big miniature, so it takes a long time, and he's got lots of work to do on it, so he's going to dawdle away. I will talk to him while he's doing his thing. What you see before you right now are 3 giant spiders. These are from the Castle Ravenloft board game. What did you think in terms of these miniatures? There's not that much in the way of flashing that needed to be removed there. I didn't think there was even anything worthwhile worrying about.
No, it's really hard, these miniatures. Yeah, I don't know. They're all right. I mean, you know what my opinion is on these. What are they called? The Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. Compared to the third parties that are out there, you can get some much better ones.
Yeah, I know you can. So, but these ones here are very rubbery, so you can't really file stuff off. You'd have to
also started drying them off with a hairdryer because they're rubbery and they go super soft.
So what were they like? Because you actually coated
these.
They
just go floppy.
They go floppy?
They go floppy when you heat them up with the hairdryer because it's just trying to dry them out, and it's just like they go floppy. Even the bases bend and everything. They go back to this. They go back to normal afterwards, but it's like trying to handle them. You can't really.
Yeah.
Because they turn into like floppy, like you know, Terminator 2, the liquid metal guy.
Yeah. So what did you actually? You airbrush this?
I just airbrushed a Panzer Grey primer on them.
Okay, so it's all been primed. I actually washed these with soapy water and a toothbrush before I gave them to David to do that. So, yeah, that's what we've got today. So, we were having a discussion about, like, how do I paint these spiders? Because the eyes of a spider are usually black, and I want to be able to do this in such a way that it's going to work. And I want the eyes to stand out, but I still want the body of the thing to also work. And I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? So, I've decided on an approach. And that is, the body is going to be, the abdomen is going to be black. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some brown. I'm going to use the brown on the legs and the head of the spider, so that I can put black on the eyeballs so they sort of stand out a bit more. I thought that was probably the easiest way to deal with all of my concerns at this present time. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'll start with that. Hello, Overboard. How are you doing? Overboard is a patron and a moderator. Thank you for being here. Fred Hubber is also here, and he's getting ready for Halloween. Fred Hubber is also a patron. And for those of you who are patrons and are wondering, Fred, where are you? When are you putting stuff up on Patreon? Because we've been waiting for stuff to be put up there. I'm on holiday. It's getting there. I'm taking my time. I'm still on holiday. It'll happen. It'll happen. And I know there's a lot that I have to put up, so don't worry, it will happen. It's going to. I'm trying to have a holiday, people, so I was reminded yesterday that I need to have a holiday.
It's a turtle in the hair situation.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to put some black on this. I'm going to be pretty brutal. I'm just going to use a really shitty brush. I'm not really too worried about that right now. So let's get the black on the body. And then I thought maybe the tips of the spider's legs would be a different colour. So yeah, grab your own paints and miniatures if you can, if you're not at work or you're close by to them. And yeah, feel free to paint along with me if you want to. And if you don't, I won't take it personal. That's just not me. I'm not going to take it personally. I understand. Okay. All right, so that's in there. And then the tip of the feet, which has got like a little hook on it. So there we go. I noticed that there are a few people who have been commenting on the new Lost Mine of Phandelver adventure that's been released and wondering if I will say anything about it. If I say anything about Wizards of the Coast stuff, it's going to be about 1 or 2 minutes at the most, and I will not be spending gobs and gobs of time going over and analysing the entire product, because I save my time for analysing a product which I think is actually good, and generally Wizards of the Coast doesn't make particularly good stuff as far as I'm concerned. So third parties get far more of my time in terms of making sure everything is sort of the way you want it. Wizards of the Coast, they can have a fraction of my time. Okay, so I'll move this over. So we got somebody else here. Who's this? I just fought 3 phase spiders. One huge mother phase spider that keeps having babies on Baldur's Gate 3 last night. Baldur's Gate 3. Cool, blimey, that video game is taking the world by storm. And what do you got here, Fred Hubbard? What is this? I'll download all the Patreon stuff later, using a laptop now till I get the house built. No problems. Yep. If you're looking for stuff on Patreon, there's rather a lot. There's rather a lot. Hello, Andrew. Andrew Goldberg. How are you? Hey there. First time seeing a live broadcast. New subscriber. Well, welcome, Andrew. I do a lot of live streams, as you might be aware. If you look at my feed on live streams, there's a lot there, right? Thank you for your work. Really appreciate the Lost Mine of Phandelver videos. Okay, first time DM running that at the moment. Yes, you won't fall short of finding stuff on Lost Mine of Phandelver on my channel. Yeah. I think we've done all we need with that. I've probably done more videos on the Lost Mine of Phandelver than all of the channels on YouTube put together. That's how many I did. Like every question anybody ever had, I did a video on it. Talk about swamping the YouTube machine. Yeah. How do you find my stuff? Nowadays, if you go searching for it, you won't find any of it, probably. But I can assure you, there's a lot. I did a lot. So if it's been useful, great. It's good news. Glad to hear it. So yes, if you've got questions about Lost Mine of Phandelver, good time is to ask me now, because I'm here. Well, at least I'm partly here. I've still got to paint the miniature, but I can probably talk at the same time. I haven't really stopped, have I?
Yeah, stopped a little bit.
David has actually got himself into a nice, comfy position. He's back on the chair, and he's got the miniature right up close, so you can see it. He's got himself lined up. He's nowhere near the mic, so you fat chance you'll be hearing much from David today, because he's comfortable.
I've got a loud voice though.
Yeah, he's comfortable. He's comfortable. Yeah, he's here for the long. I'm going to ask him some questions eventually. Somebody will. We'll get there. Yeah. So this is just doing the tips of the legs and the abdomen in black, and then the rest I'm kind of going to get a smaller brush and put in brown, and that'll be our color scheme. And I'm probably going to do the back of the abdomen either a red, like the red back, or a purple, just so they have a sort of a sinister feel to them. I want them to, if you colour your spiders, then at least it's a little bit easier to figure out, that's the one I was looking for. They're not all exactly the same then.
Have you named them yet?
David wants me to name them. What do you think I should name them? I don't want to name them. You give me a name.
There's 3 names. 3 spiders.
3 spiders, so 3 names. What are they? You tell them. You tell me.
Me?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not naming them.
They're not my spiders. You name them.
Okay. 3 names. Who's 3 characters in Pulp Fiction that I could call them? What about the 3 Stooges? Is it Curly? Something? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know the 3 Stooges. I never really followed it.
3 people. The 3 Amigos?
The 3 Amigos? I don't even know the name of the 3 Amigos.
I think they're mice.
The mice names,
Yeah, the 3 mice, the 3 amigos.
are they?
The Warner Brothers versions of them, yeah.
Oh, the Warner Bros. I thought that was isn't that Martin,
Martin?
Steve,
Yeah.
and Chevy.
Oh, yeah?
How's that?
Chevy Chase?
Yeah, that's right, because aren't they in the movies?
Steve Martin?
Yeah, Steve Martin, Steve.
Yeah.
Then there's Martin Short, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So Martin.
yeah.
And then Chevy Chase, yeah. There we go. There's the names of my spiders.
Man,
That was hard.
that was really hard.
Took a little while there. Got there, though.
Yeah.
Wizards of the Coast is now about re-releasing for more profit at no effort. Yes, so Fred Hubbard, you are absolutely right. Let's re-release a product that we've done in the past that did really well, and then add maybe a little bit more extra work to it, but not much. Not like the full book. And then re-release it to people. Because there's a whole new audience that will love this.
Oh, the Disney setup. Yeah, let's remake all the originals over and over and over again.
That's the one.
Let's make a live action of a cartoon that's already been made.
That's right.
Because everyone's going to love it.
Yeah, it's the way of the future. Nothing new. Just old recycled stuff.
Yeah.
But at least it's good recycled stuff, right?
Instead of telling a new story, let's just retell the story of something we've already made, but put all sorts of rough stuff in it. We'll just change the story.
That would be strange.
And then people will think it's a new movie.
Why would we do that?
To make money, possibly.
Oh, it's a possibility. Yeah.
It's an attempt.
Yeah. What do you got here, Overboard? What do you got, Joe? Don't worry, Fred. I was going to ask you to review the Shattered Obelisk. No, I will. But as I said, Shattered Obelisk is going to get 1 or 2 minutes. It won't get much time on my part.
Hey, Max, get set, go.
Oh, you want me to review it now?
2 minutes, go.
I haven't even seen the book yet.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. I can do it
with no knowledge of it.
No knowledge of the book.
Yeah.
Half the book is reprinted from the Lost Mine of Fandale with the starter box set.
Okay.
So that means it's half a book.
Oh, okay. That's a great start.
Yeah, it's not a good start. Okay,
Yep.
And that's all I have to say. I haven't
Wow,
seen.
you did that in less than 2 minutes.
I haven't seen the rest of it. So how can I
up to
say
2
more?
minutes? Just say up to 2 minutes, because then you can just get away with a few seconds of it then.
Hello, Pat Sherwood. Pat Sherwood is a patron and a moderator. Thank you for being here, Pat. I did see your comment. I was getting carried away. Hello, Fred. Are you doing a bang up job, buddy? Thank you. If you think I'm doing a bang up job, I'll keep banging away and become an expert banger. I'm I'm being naughty today.
That sounds wrong.
I know, it's so naughty. Yeah. All right.
Classic Fred.
Yeah. All right. Let me get the standard Citadel brush, standard size brush. That'll do some of my work now. I'll try to get in the brown.
Fred, Citadel, you're not supporting those guys, eh?
Well, these are the brushes I have. I don't have all your fancy Chinese brushes.
Oh no, the Chinese ones aren't fancy. They're shit, but they're great.
They're great shit.
They really are great shit. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Fred Hubbard knows them. Larry, Curly, and Mo. I think I actually prefer Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Yeah, that does sound better.
Yeah. Ship replaced Curly. Well, why would we replace Curly? That just seems unfair. What was wrong with Curly? I actually like the name. I think out of all the names, that's the best one. So they replaced Curly. Was Curly a drunk? Was that the problem? He just didn't hold his liquor properly. Did some strange things in public, and people found out about it, even during a time when there's no social media. I mean, I suppose that's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, so I'm actually using Owlbear brown. I've got another brown here that I'll go over with after, but I'm gonna just see if I can get the brown where I kind of want it to be. This is why I'm using a smaller brush. And I am still deciding whether I will just dry brush on or whether I will position my paint by aiming. We'll see.
Ooh.
Haven't decided yet.
Sounds technical.
It does sound technical.
You sure you're going to survive that, Fred?
No, I don't think I will. You know me.
Yeah.
I'll probably resign myself to the fact that I can't get it done properly. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore.
It'll be alright. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just think positive and everything will be sweet.
Of course.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And happy.
Positive and happy.
Yeah.
Happy to be positive.
Yep.
I'm always happy to be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Curly had health problems. Oh, so they didn't want to just replace the actor and just call him Curly. So he had health problems. Well, that's a shame. They did remove the half-elf NPC from the Phandelver story because they are removing all half-elves from the next edition of D&D. Did they? Did they really do that? Oh, good lord. Do you know... that just wants me to make a product that just has everything being a half-elf or a half-dwarf or a half-human or a half-something. I mean, I suppose it's got to be rough because they always get hammered for by. They always get hammered by somebody who says, "Oh, you're not taking my culture into consideration. This is a you are endorsing mixed marriages. Oh, hang on, you're not endorsing mixed marriages, are you? Or mixed relationships with different races, are you? Because you're removing them from the game. It's a different...
What's a half-elf?
Basically, it's half human, half elf, basically. That's the...
Oh, but so they're removing that because it's not good?
Apparently it's not good, yeah. Didn't know that. Hypnotic, how are you, Hypnotic? How are you doing? You have finally started painting. Good for you. Are you regretting your decision? That's the question.
Yes.
Are you regretting your decision? He's like, why did I listen to Fred? Oh my God.
Never listen to Fred.
Don't listen to Fred.
Yep. It always leads you into dire straits.
Dire straits, yeah. And that I'm not talking about the rock band.
No.
But I could be if you want. What else have we got here? I'm going to
talk about dire straits, Fred. Go.
Colour for money? Hang on. Chicks for free? I don't think. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's too much.
Man, you do them really quick.
Mark Knopfler?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's all I remember. I was never into dire straits.
I keep putting Fred on the hot seat.
Yeah.
This is the hot seat. This is the hot seat show.
It's very, very warm.
Yeah. He has to come up with stuff like straight away.
Yeah. He's like, oh, no.
I'm going to stop doing that because I know that he'll do it to me if I don't stop. So
yeah, of course I will.
Yeah.
What do we got here? I'm going to keep all of the races the same when I run it. So Joe's not changing anything. Good for you. You can. That's the deal, man. Once they sell it to you, you can do whatever you like with it. Kind of picked a tough one for my first go though. A goblin, very very tiny. Oh my God, a goblin. Oh shizers, dude. That is a pain. Goblins are smaller than normal humanoids, so that means that you've got it even rougher. It's not even a medium-sized miniature. That'll be a small miniature. Ouch. Yeah, you did make it very, very difficult for yourself by the sounds of it. Probably not the best idea. But hey, it's got to happen sometime. Might as well be today, right? Oh dear. My advice if you're starting out, start large miniatures. Cost a bit more because they're large, but at least you can see what you're aiming at. Okay, all right, so this is that one, mostly painted. So you can see I'm kind of painting the front head of the spider brown, this owlbear brown, then the legs, but not the tippy end of the spider's legs. They're going to stay black. What else we got here? They are also changing one of the NPCs to female from male for some reason. Nobody understands why. Maybe they decided there wasn't enough female characters. I was actually having this discussion with my brother the other day about movies. It's like, it's really annoying when you go and you watch a movie about a story and every character is male. There's no women in it. Okay. And if there is a woman, it's just the love interest. There's no children. There's no old women. There's quite often some old men, but that's about it. and it's not really a reflection of how our world operates, and it's not like you have to say, oh well, this story has to just have men in it, and then you get the other one, which is go watch a story and it's all full of women and there's no men. The villains are women, the heroes are a woman, or the protagonist or antagonist. Everybody is female. There are no male characters, and if they are, it's not the sort of character you were expecting, which is fine. But it's like the reverse. Both approaches I find frustrating. So maybe they've just decided they didn't have enough of a balance between male and female in that story. But see, I know a lot of people who add additional NPCs to the Lost Mine of Phandelver anyway. So it's not like you couldn't have done so. I don't know if why change the sex? Why not just make a new character? Why just make a new character and say the old character died?
It's the same thing with like remaking originals. Why not just tell a new story?
Tell a new story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then, although in saying that though, I think they have been. No, I don't know. They need to make some new stuff. Or actually, to be honest, if you go back and look at how many novels are out there in the world, just go make a book into a movie.
Yeah.
There's heaps of good books.
There's
heaps of stories.
There's
so many books out there.
Hello, William Ford. How are you doing? Yes, I want my stories to have a nice spread of men, women, children, old folks, different races. If there's different races, yes, we want that as well. Like, my world is not one colour, or one sex. So I would prefer to be able to see that reflected in storytelling. Anyway, that's the extent of your get out of me on that topic for today. I think that'll be about it. All right, so I'm going to be moving on to this little sucker in a second. I'm probably going to do the body a little bit of grey on it. I'm going to give it some grey fur. Was I going to give it some grey fur before? I don't remember.
Why don't you paint it clown colours?
No, I don't want to. No.
Are you sure?
No.
Clown colours, Fred. I'm pretty sure there's a such thing as a clown spider.
I'm sure there is, but I'm not painting one.
All different colours, Fred. You get exciting about it. Get creative.
I'm not excited about it at all. When we have someone with naturally grown tusks who complains about orcs, I'll listen. Are you referring to the argument that orcs are supposed to represent a particular human race on Earth?
Are they?
No, they're not. There's some people who've made that argument that they're actually in disguise. It's like
what?
It's like it's disguise. We're actually talking about a particular ethnic racial race that are human in real life that are reflected in fantasy world because we call them orcs. And I'm like, oh, you've got to cut that silly stuff out.
I've never seen anyone that looks like an orc.
The Sultan Swing. I had a gnome necromancer who wears drab clothes. It was hard picking the figure to paint. I bet it was. Hypnotic. I brought a few young dragons. Haha, got to get a red one and a black one. Well, those are, at least the young red dragons will be a decent size. You should be able to get at them. You're doing larger ones soon? Cool. I made the bear wenches in my game be retired adventures. Bard beware. Oh, right, because they could give you some hassles, couldn't they? I get it. No, that makes sense. Okay, so let's go with the grey. I'm still waiting for those other colours to dry. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get this mostly done today, but who knows? Who knows?
Can't rush perfection, Fred.
Well, no. I don't know that you're going to get perfection from me. Is that what you're saying, that I can do perfection?
Why not?
I don't think is that a thing? Is that a thing that I can actually achieve?
Sure it is.
All right, so I'm actually going to use this.
Be happy, be positive, and believe in yourself, and you'll do it.
So this is stone, or dungeon stone. This is grey. So I'm going to use this grey on the back, and sort of just go over the fur of this spider, just the body of the spider, just the top bit, nothing else. And the underneath can stay black. And that's just there. Let's do that again. Doesn't have to be very much. And it doesn't need to be a lot. Just to make the furry bits on it stand out. That's kind of naughty too. The furry bits are standing out. Oh no!
The furry bits.
The furry bits.
Why is it naughty?
I don't know. I'm just being silly. You know me. I'm just being silly. In US, Hobby Lobby craft decorator stores carry some nice dragon figures already painted and not too high priced. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Not something I would know because I don't live in America. I wouldn't have no idea. It's only when you tell me these things that I find out. Okay, so this is the other side of the... This is another spider, so I'm just going to bring out the furry bit. And... Okay. I think that's probably about the extent that I can do with it for now. Is just to furry it up. So we might be going to the beach today, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the weather's good enough, we'll go to the beach. Yay!
Yeah, it'll be good to get out.
Take the dog.
Yep.
We were going to leave the dog, but I was like, nah, he gets stuck in the house. He's probably wanting to get out of the house. We'll take a tray with us.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, next one. This one is... The black is still drying, but that's all right. We'll get there. And we'll do his little back. So I'm just using a very small brush and just, I guess you might say, kind of dry brushing with a small brush. Which isn't actually a very smart idea because you can damage the brush, but it's easier than trying to use a big brush.
It's just a Citadel brush though. Don't worry about it. If you need, I've got thousands of them at home if you need backup ones.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I can pay for my own stuff. It's all good. Do I need to give you some money for all of the priming that you've been doing for me lately, dude?
I don't know, but I do need to get some more primer. I'm running out.
I'm not surprised.
About it. I didn't. Yeah, I forgot. I must be running out ages ago, and I didn't realise.
Well, that's one of those things you always use, right?
That and black paint, black and primer.
Yeah,
the most
absolutely.
common things that you always use. So much of it, and white probably.
Absolutely. Okay, all right. So that's that bit. I can't do very much with the legs or the body yet. I am going to be putting another colour over there, but since it's still drying, I'm going to do the base lich skin. Or should I leave it black? Should I just leave the base black? The spider doesn't really stand out from the base though. That's the only hassle.
I started playing a new computer game last night, Destiny 2.
Okay, and how'd it go?
So what they do is they get you in there and you play the game. I already had it, so I was like, okay, sweet. And there was like some options for upgrading your armor, and you have to pay for it to upgrade the armor. So I bought some armor and a weapon. Yep. And then you can't put it on the person.
Why can't you put it on the person?
Because I'm not in the right class, apparently. Not class, like there's a certain level that you get to or something. So it's like beyond legendary or something. But it doesn't say that in the thing. It says you can put this in and you can equip it straight away. So they made you spend the money, and then you have to play the game right through for like flipping ages before you can put the armor that you paid for with money on.
So it's a microtransaction that is actually locked by your progress in the game as well. Yep. Oh dear, you've got to be kidding!
No, it was really super annoying because it was a micro transaction, a microtransaction of $23.
Oh my god, it was $23. Why did you spend $23 for this thing, dude?
Because the armor was awesome.
Oh come on, you've got to. Oh jeez, dude, that's just nuts.
So now I can't put it on. I can't put the armor on. I can't use the weapon either. So I don't know what to do.
Well, you've got to play the game all the way through now. Otherwise, your $23 is kind of a little wasted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, this is you're in your 40s.
Is it not good to play?
Well, I mean,
to play computer games.
You should know better, man. You should know better.
Well, I've played games where you just get the thing and you put it on straight away.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, like, you didn't do it. Like, what was the other game that I played that you did? That was some, it was like, what was it called? Something Frame, Exoframe or something like that. It was like a game you can just get stuff and you add it straight away.
But you didn't even do any research when you got this thing.
No, well, I just assumed.
Oh, no, dude. No. And people think that Wizards of the Coast will not be able to make a lot of money off people buying skins for armor and so forth
Oh, they
with
make
their
so
virtual
much money
table.
off it. They're going to make so much money off it.
Virtual tabletop. I feel like it's going to be just a cash cow.
Yep. It definitely is. Proof of experience now.
It does sound like it. Yeah, very much so. Like, oh my lordy. I'm just dumbfounded, David. Really, dumbfounded. That is just.
But doesn't that make them bad people as well?
Yes, it does. I mean, to set it up that way is also pretty bad. And you would have think at least tell people you have to have played all the way through when you're buying the thing to be able to access this, even if you buy it.
Yeah.
If you buy it, you kind of expect you can use it. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Okay, so my grey is going on, but I'm not going on super well, so we'll keep going.
So that was my sad news for today.
Yeah. Okay. Sad news is done.
Sad news is done.
But now people.
We're going to be positive about it though.
If you were wondering about microtransactions, it's definitely going to be an issue for some people. David.
Yeah.
Dear. Eventually, you'll stop playing the game, and the stuff you paid for gets a bit heaven. A bit heaven. What's a bit heaven?
It goes to heaven.
Oh, it goes to heaven.
Yeah, and never gets used.
Never gets used.
Yeah.
This is why I like miniatures.
Well, it does get used in a way because the people that made the game get money.
Yeah.
For nothing.
They can use that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make more games that do the same thing, which make them more money.
Do you know this is one of the reasons why I like using miniatures even when I'm playing online and I don't use a virtual tabletop. I've got all these miniatures. Why would I not want to use them? It makes no sense. It would actually be cheaper for me if I didn't have another webcam. If I didn't have two webcams and I only had one webcam, or I used my webcam off my laptop when I was playing online and I needed people to see my face, it would actually be cheaper in the short term and the long term to just go buy another webcam and hook that up as well, and just use my miniatures and my maps and so forth. So and I get to keep them. So if Wizards of the Coast decides to shut that down, that virtual tabletop and those microtransaction stuff disappear, doesn't matter. I still got my miniatures. Yeah, somebody's got to physically steal them out of my house.
They might come all the way from America to steal them out of your house, Fred.
Do you really think they're going to do that? I don't know that they're going to bother.
No, they could do.
No. I didn't spend all this time painting miniatures and collecting my miniatures to have them sitting in a box doing nothing. And you can get a lot of miniatures real cheap. A lot of stuff real cheap. And nowadays I don't really need to go and buy more stuff. My boxes, a shame, are pretty extensive still. And quite often people try to send me stuff, so I was like, okay, well, what's the point?
Oh yeah, that's an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And frankly, if I did more live stream painting, probably there'd be more companies trying to send me more stuff, yeah. The fact that I do a lot of book reviews is why so many people have been sending stuff, but also my patrons are awesome. I've got somebody who's sending me, which I can't get in New Zealand, Fate Core and the dice.
Fate Core.
It's a role-playing game. It's a very narrative role-playing game. I've played it a few years back. And I would like to have a copy, and I would like to be able to demonstrate it on YouTube.
Is it science fiction?
It can be anything you like. I played Bulldogs, which was science fiction. It was kind of like a version of Red Dwarf.
Oh, okay.
I think when we ended our campaign of Bulldogs, based off the Fate, the crew turned on themselves in a Blake Seven sort of way, and we killed each other in the middle of a battle with other warships. It was a giant mess.
Wow, sounds awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of colluding going on at the time. The only computer aid for RPG that I like is a good PC character program to aid making, updating, and managing the player characters. Then print out a hard copy. Fair enough. Totally get that. I understand that. I'm going to be playing, actually, for those of you who know about Morkborg or Merkborgi, or whatever the heck it's called, the Swedish death metal Dungeons and Dragons or RPG game. We're going to be playing Pirate Borg in a few weeks. Morkborg. I've got the little book here.
That sounds like the orc gods.
Probably is.
There's just those two gods. I can't remember their names. No. Sounds like Morkborg or something like that.
Oh, maybe it is. But yeah, no, AJ Pickett decided to download Pirate Borg, and so we'll be playing Pirate Borg in a couple of weeks on Wally DM's channel.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to be...
Is there orcs in it?
I don't know. Oh, I suppose there might be. I don't know. I actually don't know.
It's called Morkborg, but there's no orcs in it. It sounds orky, eh?
It does sound orky, but it's not really orky. It's just really hardcore, and it's Swedish. So it's the word itself is Swedish, so it means something else to what you're kind of familiar with. That's where you're probably a little bit confused as to what's going on.
I'm comparing it to. I'm trying to think. For some reason it makes me think of 40k orcs in there.
Yeah, and that's not really what's going on there. No. Different kettle of fish. Okay, so this is so in the end I did decide to paint the base as grey.
Oh yeah.
Just so it stands out from the body. I don't want the body to blend into the base too much.
Okay.
It's really the only reason I'm doing it.
Did you paint them stripy?
No, I actually I decided I didn't want to go stripy. I wanted to go sort of like, you know how a redback has got a patch of colour?
It's got a little stripe, a little red stripe on its back.
You reckon I should just paint a dry brush stripe onto the back of it?
Well, I'm just telling you, like a redback has a red stripe on its back.
Yeah, but I like the idea. I just don't want to do a stripe.
Well, don't do a stripe then.
I don't want a racing spider.
It's not a redback anyway.
No, it's not a redback.
They look like tarantulas to me.
Well, that's why we had that discussion, didn't we? It's like, let's try to make it more like a tarantula rather than a yeah. And a kakapo is just black, so like, what's the point in doing that? It's
Kakapo.
Yeah.
Kakapo's a bird, Fred.
Kakapo. No, katapo.
Kakapo.
You know, the Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow. They're just black, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to them.
Well, they're in the South Island anyway.
You can get them in the North Island, but it's kind of rare.
Yeah. So probably should just stick with the North Island, man.
And near beaches. Near beaches. They like beaches,
they
don't
like the beaches.
I like the beach too, so I can totally understand that.
Yeah, that's true. yeah.
La da 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 da. Okay, so now that I've done this, let us go back to my grey, and I'm going to stroke the back with grey again. Anywhere that I couldn't get enough of grey on it. It's dried out a little bit more, so that'll help. So that means the underneath of the spider is going to be mostly black, which is kind of what I want, which is good. Cool. And it's also really hard to get underneath there anyway. So that's that one. Let's do the next one. Three of them at the same time. Talk about trying to make my life difficult here.
It's called batch painting, Fred.
Batch painting, yeah.
That's all right. You can do it. Just believe in yourself.
So there is actually a Dungeons and Dragons 5e conversion for Dragon Ball Z. Did you know?
No, why?
It's because somebody made it. It's
Why?
free. It's free. It's fan
What
made.
the heck has that got to do with Dragon Ball Z? It's like the Dragon Ball Z is just overpowered characters, a very small amount of them versus overpowered villains, and extremely long, drawn out flippin' power up scenes.
Yeah.
And that's the whole premise of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. I know it is. I know that's the premise. And somebody
Entire seasons almost where they're powering up.
Yeah, you just wait for them.
Just waiting for
and
them
they're
to
just
power
glowing.
up, and then they turn into a Super Saiyan, and then they kill a person that's the end of the season.
Or they turn them into a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting somebody to, punch their fist through somebody's chest and rip out their heart. Or
yeah, that would have been Mortal Kombat TV series.
Yeah.
But that's not Dragon Ball Z.
Chop them up to little bits, and
Also, more Mortal Kombat, really.
Yeah. I suppose that's it. But yeah, so it's, so there is a game out there that somebody has put together that is based off that, and I thought that was hilarious. I'm thinking very seriously of covering that very shortly.
Okay. I find that idea of that game pointless, but yeah.
But I know somebody will like it, and it's free.
Yeah,
Nobody made it. Yeah.
A generation of, I don't know, it's whether a generation of those people that watch Dragon Ball Z and like Dragon Ball Z that would actually play a role-playing board game.
You reckon? Never going to be, not going to happen.
Well, most people I know that were into Dragon Ball Z have very short attention spans.
Well, they must have some sort of concentration if they can wait, an entire episode for
They're
something
usually
to
doing
happen.
something else while that's going on.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's the okay. Now I understand.
I don't know. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but it just got really repetitive.
Fair enough. Understood.
Yeah, I'd rather. What else could? Yeah, just trying to think what else they had at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, what was before that? Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay.
Remember Sailor Moon?
Not really.
Rosie's favourite. One of Rosie's favourite.
Yeah,
animes.
she's into that sort of thing.
Sailor Moon. Yeah.
Black Widows are all over the place where I am. Move a pallet and expect to find one.
Awesome.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of poisonous stuff in New Zealand, which is kind of nice.
No, just what comes from Australia usually.
Yeah. If it comes over from another country, mostly Australia.
We have redbacks here occasionally, apparently.
They don't
We've got
live
a
long.
white-tailed spider.
Oh, the white-tailed spider loves it here.
The white-tail managed to survive.
And they kill other spiders like you wouldn't believe because they don't have a web or anything like that.
No, they just climb up things, and they're very bad climbers too. So they fall off and they land on you and they bite you. And they've got toxic. Toxic like. It's all the other stuff that they eat actually that makes them so toxic.
Oh, okay.
It gets stuck in their fangs, and yeah, it's like they make your skin rot. It's really gross.
Cambion Crimson. I'm going to use Cambion Crimson on my spider. I'm going to do the back of him because I can. So use some of this. So what do you got here? I was a fan of the original Dragon Ball as a kid, but never got to Z. Oh, Dragon Ball original, but not Dragon Ball Z. Okay. I didn't know there was a difference.
There's so many, dude. Dragon
there?
Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball this that goes on and on.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
A bit too much going on? Or?
There's too much going on. There's a character in there that's based on Jackie Chan too.
Is there?
Yeah, he's an old man. But he's really tough. He's a tough old man.
Oh, okay. So this is Cambion Red, and I'm going to do this on the back of my spider. I'm hoping this is going to work. I don't know.
Just believe in yourself, Fred.
Sure.
And it'll work.
Or it won't. It's very, very thin.
Think positive as well. Think positive.
Thinking positive. Thinking
Yeah.
positive. Thinking positive. Positive thoughts. Positive
Yeah.
thoughts. Positive thoughts. It's not working. My positive thoughts are not working.
They're not? Is it not working?
Apparently not.
Why? What were you trying to do? Are you painting a stripe or are you dry brushing it? What are you
I'm
trying
trying
to
to
do?
dry brush a stripish. I'm trying to paint a little bit of red on the back of him.
It's going a bit red.
It's going a little bit red.
We'll just keep doing it
It's
until it's red.
very thin.
We'll just keep. Well, red is a very translucent colour.
It is.
Like I was saying before, you've got to have a light colour underneath it, so you're going to have to do a few coats of it, a few coats.
Or a different colour completely.
Or you can change colour, yeah.
I got another red here. This red might be not the go-to.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it was it the brightest red that you had that you used?
No, it's a darker. No, it is the brightest one. Although there is a no. Is it the dark one? I'm not too sure.
There you go. That's pretty good too. Red.
You reckon?
This is red.
Just try that.
Just called red.
Just red.
Mecha color red. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give that a shot.
Because it's a bit more orangey. It's a bit more reddy orangey. You've got like a real sort of almost pinky red there.
Okay.
You want the reddy red. The
red. It's a remake of the red makes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's try this and see if this works.
Okay.
Delving into the red. Here we go. And oh, it's very bright.
Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah. This is working better. It's because David has the best paints.
No, I don't know. I think Pablo Picasso has the best paints.
Does he?
I don't know. He's dead, man. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's
is it working?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, there you go. Problem averted. See, thinking positively fixed it.
Actually like that. That's quite good.
Told you, thinking positively will fixes everything.
And it's kind of you still got some of the black and some of the grey still there, which is good. Sweet.
Excellent.
Yay.
You reached your goal for today.
Yeah. Let's do another one like that.
Okay.
And brush. I should do one that's purple as well.
Purple. I have a purple, but it's not the kind of. It's not a good. I think you probably. I didn't bring my good purples.
No, I brought.
Oh, I can make a purple.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. I got purples. Okay, that's that one. Got back of that guy. Cool. So the body of the spider is definitely coming along. Good news, people. Right now, let's move over to a purple. I've got glistening blood.
Glistening blood.
Glistening blood.
But that's a purple, you reckon?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that maybe the glistening blood would be better on the fangs.
Two purples right in front of you.
I know.
One of them says purple on it, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they both say purple on them.
Well, there you go.
Actually, maybe I should save the glistening blood.
So you're going to use a red colour and say it's purple?
No. But I'm thinking maybe I should. No, let's. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, no. I was going to use the glistening blood on its back, but maybe I should use that for the fangs.
Yeah, use it for the fangs.
Fangies.
Yep.
Fang boys. Okay, let's do this purple. This purple is called Purple Worm.
Oh, surprise.
It is a surprise. Purple Worm. Let's see how Purple Worm comes out. And Purple Worm's coming out all right. Purple Worm, yeah. And that got a purplish back to him. That was easy, not too hard at all. Moving that along. Next, I'm going to grab a different purple and I'll get the back of that again. Then we've got to get onto the head and the legs. The head and legs haven't really done very much with them.
Stripey?
Undecided. I've got a brown, a lighter brown, so I thought I'd go over that to sort of. And
you got tan?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's called Minotaur hide, so it is kind of like a tan color.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to put a lighter purple over this purple that I just put on. And let's do that again because that didn't seem to do very much. Just on top. Okay, sweet. Next on the cards is body and legs. Body and legs are next. And then I'll have to do little eyes. And then some blood on the fangs. And we're pretty much there.
You like the blood on the fangs?
I think that might be an idea. Here we go. So this is a Minotaur hide, which is just a lighter brown that I've got compared to the one that I had put on. So we'll use that. And I think in this case, I am not going to paint it, dry brush it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of, I'm going to paint the segments of the leg and leave a gap between them.
Okay.
Sound all right?
Sounds good.
Sounds all right? Cool. All right, David agrees. Till he sees what I've done, probably. Let's see.
Oh, there's a good point. I'm not watching what you're doing.
No, and he's not really interested. Why would you? Why would you be interested? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to speed it up. Speed it up. Okay. So let's start with underneath, and we'll go here, here, and then the body itself. The underneath the body, we will sort of just rub a little bit of paint on, not too much, so the detail comes out like so. Cool, and then let's do that again. And I think that's probably the way to go. I think that's going to work fine.
Is it a magpie? It sounds like a magpie.
It does, eh? It's kind of hard to know what's going on out there. Birds to just do all sorts of things. They're probably fighting over the Pahudakawa tree.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen birds fighting over the Pahudakawa.
So do you want me to come around to your place today and help you set up some of the live stream stuff for your YouTubing stuff?
It depends whether you want to go for a walk or not.
I want to do the walk.
Yep.
Yeah. But maybe I can come around for just a little bit after, and just quickly, because you've gotten pretty good. You were able to set it up with pre-arranged ones with me.
Yeah, but your stuff's all set to go.
Yeah, and yours
and
is
mine's not even been set up at all.
Right.
So it might be different.
It might be a bit difficult, yeah.
Probably more time consuming if you know.
Yeah.
Difficult with computers is more time consuming.
Would some of you like to see David painting on his channel live? Kind of curious. I'm asking. If David actually does it, actually does it, not says he does it, but actually does it, would people go and watch David paint on his channel? I'm curious. Gonna ask. For those of you who are still here. Okay. Let's do this again. I don't want to be too perfect about it because it is a fluffy spider, so it should have some imperfection. It's an organic. I suppose. Would you agree that with with something that's organic, like a creature, it's all right to have a little bit of imperfection in terms of its colouring? Because that's what happens with real animals.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, inorganic.
Inorganics. Inorganic. You mean organic. I'm down. So
Inorganics.
Yeah. So Hypnotic would show up, dude.
Okay.
Hypnotic would show up. There you go. Pale Rider. Hello, Pale Rider. I didn't even know you were there. Now I know. I have hummingbirds diving around my yard like jet fighters. Saved 2 from Cat, but unfortunately, he did get one. Well, you know, if they're gonna,
are awesome.
if they're gonna do dive bombing and there's cats around, they got to know better. Like, just don't do that. There's gonna be trouble. Keep your dive bombing for another time. That's the nature. That's the life. And that's nature's way of saying this is how things work.
That's the day in the life of a hummingbird at your house.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We don't have hummingbirds. That would be so cool.
Do we not have hummingbirds in New Zealand?
No.
We had the kingfisher, but that's not a hummingbird.
No, they don't hum. They don't fly like bees.
Right.
They fly like birds.
Well, we
do have a Is it the Kia or the? I think it might be the Kia. It's the world's largest parrot.
Yeah.
And they are massive, dude. They're bigger than cats.
They're a pain too.
No, you're thinking of the other one. What's that bird that
destroys cars?
Cars. You know, those are kakapos, I think.
No, they've got kakapo.
Kakapo.
Don't think so.
Kakapo?
No. It's not a kakapo. What do you got here, Fred? I never know what I'll watch on YouTube. Fair enough. Totally understand. It's all good. I thought I would at least ask to see where people were at. You'll find your audience anyway. They'll find you. They always do. Always do. Okay, so this lighter brown is going on quite nicely. It's actually working out. Much to my surprise, I was like a little bit worried, but yeah, this approach seems to be working fine. So it's kind of like a paint by numbers, but also dry brush at the same time going on. And yeah, leg segments are sort of standing out a bit more, and the texture. Cool. All right. Which means I've only got this one and one more. If I can do this, anybody can, by the way. If you wind up with these spiders and you're like, how should I paint them? Yeah, you can. I think you'll be fine. It's going to be fine. That's the top of it. That's the top of it. Let's do a little bit more paint there. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Spider done on that one. Let's do the next one. And we're top of the hour. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, what's this? So you have a question here, I can see. Hypnotic. Can I post a picture of my first mini so far? Yes, Hypnotic. You want to go onto my Discord? You can stick it up there for sure. I have a Discord channel. You're welcome to put stuff up there. There is actually a channel on the Discord which allows you to do that. So if you're wondering if where do you put it, well, there's actually a specific place for it. And if you want people to actually spot it and be interested, who are interested in doing miniatures, that's the place to put it. So that's Mazes and Monsters. That's Artificial. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Where the heck is the miniatures one? Oh, Miniatures and Photos. Here we go. There, that's the channel. Okay, so let's just find invite people. Invite, and then go to YouTube and drop it into here. Paste it in. There's the Discord link. It is not just for patrons, although most of the patrons hang out and talk to me there when I'm in it. But you're welcome to come and hang out and try it out and see what you think. When does Bargle Must Die adventure continue? So we've done part 3. I've been talking with Wally about it, and I've been telling him that I really think we should continue going that way. Our biggest problem has been getting people willing to play who are YouTubers. One, because there are a lot of them are busy right now. They're all got projects in the wind. Everybody's trying to do something other than just make videos because it doesn't make enough money. So that's been part of the problem. Bargle must win. No, I think we will continue it. I don't know when. I can't tell you the answer to that because we haven't established it. I know that Wally DM wants to do something for Halloween. So when we get close to Halloween, we're going to have a special one for Halloween. And the Game Master Round Table will cover that. Whatever he's got planned. And then in terms of what happens after that, I think he might want to cover a few puzzles. But I have I have every intention of encouraging him to continue with Kilbargle. But it's not just about what I want, it's about what Wally would like to do and what other people would like to do and join in with us. So you need people to play with you. I think we'll have no problems getting AJ back to come and do it again, because AJ's been fantastic. Like, AJ is in for everything. Like he's cool about everything. It's just whether we can get other people as well. So yeah, when I know, I'll let you know. How long did it take to paint the spider? I missed the beginning because I had to go a few miles to resupply. I've been going at this for
an hour.
About an hour. I've done 3. I'm not finished. I've still got to do the underneath of this one, and I've still got to do the eyes, but we're getting pretty close. I haven't done a wash, and it probably should be washed because, you know, hygiene. Not that kind of wash, though.
No, washing for hygiene's good, Fred.
Spiders, do they need to wash for hygiene, though?
Yeah, man.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, they go in the little water ponds.
Do they?
Yeah, haven't you seen tarantulas? Have you seen people hunt tarantulas? They run down rivers.
Oh, that's right, they do. So
yeah, man. They can walk on water.
They have baths.
Yeah, they do. They do. They have baths and then they're barbecued.
Who barbecues the tarantula?
The people hunting them. They hunt them and then they eat them.
Oh.
They cook them on rocks, on hot rocks.
Jeez, I don't watch those sort of videos, dude. It's just too much for me.
Oh, you probably would be terrified to know that a tarantula could actually hunt you down and run down a river and jump onto a tree and then bite you.
Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate that.
Well, that's in the Amazon forest, Fred. You'd live quite far away from it. I don't think you have to worry about it.
Okay, all right. Good to know. Thank you.
Just don't go to the Amazon forest and you'll be right.
Red Dress Press will play. He covers comic book mostly, but he does like RPGs. We'll see. They've been trying to. So Wally's trying to convince me to get some more people into the Game Master Roundtable, since we've got a lot of people who are stepped back a lot, and I've been very reluctant to have anybody new come on, just because of some of the nonsense that I've had to contend with in the past. There is somebody who is on the list to come into that. But yeah, so far we've got for Pirate Borg coming up in a couple of weeks. We've got Mark from Dungeon Class. Most of you probably haven't seen very much from Mark, because when Gonzo died, Mark really found that hard, and he's now on his own with this YouTube channel. So he occasionally does stuff, but not a lot. But he's going to come and play that. And then Dennis has been working on a role-playing game, the OKSDM, and he will come and play Pirate Borg with us as well. And he's a good guy. You know, he's usually on board for doing a lot of different things, which is great. And we'll probably play his Saga game at some point. We just haven't mentioned it to Dennis yet. I'm sure Dennis will be more than happy. But so yeah, that's sort of what's been going on. Okay, that spider's got that bit there. All right, so put that back, and then you prefer bacon? Fair enough. You're allowed to have bacon. Everybody's allowed to have bacon. There's nothing wrong with bacon. Apart from I'm not supposed to.
Depends on how much bacon you eat.
Well, I suppose that's true, but I mean, I shouldn't really eat bacon because it's usually cured by honey. But then again, I have not been paying attention to my diet at all.
You should definitely not be eating bacon, Fred.
I shouldn't be eating
it's
a lot of things.
It's highly fatty. Don't eat it. Not at the moment.
It used to be a cheap meat too, but it's not now.
No, it's not.
Is there a cheap meat? I don't think there is.
No.
No.
Shoulder blade steaks.
Dude, that's shoulder blade.
Very, very tough. You'd need to have it
boil it for 2.5 hours.
You need to put it in a pressure cooker to get it softened. But it's not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If I've had it in a pressure cooker, it's alright. But it is very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cheap.
Okay, so back to the spiders. Hello, Nick. How are you doing? Now, let me see if I get this name right. Schadenberger. Is it Schadenberger? I love giant spiders. They make their own difficult terrain. Great monsters. Yes, I think the problem is a lot of people, when you put anything like a cobweb into a location, people instantly in a role-playing game, they think giant spiders, burn all the webs. And so the spiders have nowhere to hide now. they're not really going to creep up on you and surprise you because you know they're coming. Right, let's get rid of this. I don't need this. I'm just doing the eyeballs. I'm using a layer brush, if you're wondering. I've moved away from the standard brush. I'm using a layer brush. And okay. Can you tell me if I've got the eyeball on that sorted out? I think I had it right. Cheap meat is raising chickens. Chickens actually gotten really expensive, where I've noticed here in New Zealand. It is still the cheaper meat, but it's not the cheapest meat. Rest in peace, Gonzo. He was a good dude. No, I spent... Gonzo wasn't a great dude or a good dude. He was an awesome dude. He really was. All right?
Yep.
Okay.
What happened to Gonzo?
Cancer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, cancer. Cancer is sucks, but Gonzo was one of those people who... It's hard to imagine a somebody who is more enthusiastic about anything. And yeah, I miss Gonzo a lot. And frankly, his name is awesome too. I always enjoyed the fact that he called himself the Great Gonzo. You know, as in like the Muppet Show? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Describe every location as having cobwebs make players paranoid. Yeah, I suppose you could, but they're still going to burn every cobweb away. That's the problem. I mean, get chickens for the bacon yard. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. I didn't get that. Okay.
Problem with here is you can get chicken cheap for sure, but then it's pumped full of crap. So if you want to get good chicken, it's got to be free range, which is also very expensive. So it's not cheap.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And there are a few people here in Helensville who keep their own chickens, but I wish they wouldn't.
You mean the roosters that they're actually...
the roosters are a pain.
Well, they're actually illegal. Not allowed to have them in suburbia.
Yeah, but then they don't go and just cook them up and be done with it because they don't want to keep them. They release them into the bush and they wind up coming back to civilization. You can hear them out in the hills.
Yep.
It's just annoying as. Okay, so this is the black eyes of my spider. I'm supposed to be finishing, but I'm not finishing until I'm finished. Does that make any sense whatsoever?
Does anything make any sense whatsoever?
I don't know. Yep, let's keep going. Yep, let's do that. And I think my fangs are going to get some tasty blood on them. We're going to bloody them up.
Like the blood puddings.
Yeah.
So it's very British then, eh?
I don't know about that, but...
Don't they have blood pudding in Britain?
I think they do, yeah. Yep. For sure. I think 30 chickens will be about right. The rooster crows once and goes into the broiler. Yeah. I sent him an adventure he never knew, Reign of Chaos. The Star adventure that had aliens in it. Who are we talking about? Are you talking about Dennis from the OKSDM, or are you talking about AJ Pickett? Or are you talking about Mark from Dungeon Class? I'm a little unsure who you've sent it to. Okay. Alright, so the eyes are done. Now, fangs need blood. Bloody fangs. This is what I've saved my glistening red for, my glistening blood colour.
I've got a blood. I've got a red that's called Blood for the Blood God.
Oh, do you?
And it's actually like
Oh,
blood.
Gonzo. Oh, okay. Sorry. Keep going.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like blood. Looks like blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This colour's not coming out. Why is that not coming out? You sent the adventure to Gonzo. Okay. Reign of Chaos. Before he passed. Ah. It's not coming out. Is it all jammed up? I don't think I've got a pin either to actually punch through. Yeah, it's not going to come out unless I can find a pin, which I don't know where I'm going to find it right now. It'd be too hard to make that happen. So let me at least show you what I've done, and then I'll get you, David, to show you what he's been up to as well, and then that'll be that. Which means I have to paint the blood on the middle suckers a little bit later on, which is a bit of a sucker, but pain. Never mind.
I can give you some blood god to use.
Yeah, if I find a pin, maybe I can puncture it. I don't think I've used it that much. That's the problem. Anyway, let's show you the spiders, and I'll get all three in the shot. So 2 of them I've got red backs. 1 of them's got a purple back, and that's sort of what I've done. Nothing terribly fancy. I thought in the end it would be nice to have sort of the tips of the feet or legs of the spider to be black rather than brown, so that's what I've done. I've used 2 browns for that, and I've painted them kind of the same sort of way. Haven't really done very much. It still works, and I'll put I think I put like a very light brown wash over it to give it to make it sort of work together. And I'll do the fangs when I get a chance, a red colour. Oh, if I can't get that red out, I'll put because you gave me that red before. I'll use the red you gave me, and then I can go back over it. How's that sound?
Yep.
That's probably a smart way to go about this. A solution to a solution, a solution to a problem. Anyway, so let me grab layer brush, and this red's still moving, so I'll use it. And I'm just going to do it either side. Nothing too fancy. I'm not trying to get the whole fang covered in red paint. Just sort of the front bit of it. And okay. I think that's just about got it. That's that one. And I'll do it again. Now I want to run an adventure where a dwarf farmer is crossing chickens with spiders and hires the party to figure out who's stealing all of his eggs. There's a pastry festival. Oh, what, a pastry festival happening in 2 days? What the? Whoa. Okay, all right. That's pretty out there. Spider chicken on the loose. So in about a week we'll be going back to making monsters on my channel again, so that'll be fun. I was talking to my brother about the monsters I make, and I'm like, you know, it would probably take me close to, if I'm only doing one a day, one a week, then that is, to get 400 monsters, it would take a long time.
400 days?
Well, no. Well, it's not per day. There's 1 per week, so that's about 50 a week, 50 a year. So that means it's about 8 years before you finally got enough monsters for a book.
Oh, that'll keep you out of trouble.
I suppose it would. Wasn't really thinking that way, but okay.
Just think positive, Red.
Do you really think I get myself into that much trouble?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're a troublemaker.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Can I borrow that red again?
Yes, sir.
It's just drying up a little bit. And, okay, that's better. Okay, all right, that's that one done. And then the next one, which is going to go about there. And underneath. Gotta try not to hold my breath. Do you think holding your breath helps?
Does sometimes, yep. It helps you steady.
Okay, all right. Okay, we've fanged them up. My spiders have been fanged. And,
Here's what I've been doing.
oh, cool. All right, well, let's show everybody what you've been up to. Try not to touch the bits that I shouldn't be. Move that out of the way so there's no paint getting a get on it. And let's show you. And then, yeah, so we'll be back again tomorrow. I'll be painting something else, hopefully, with any luck. That's the plan anyway. So this is the frost salamander that my brother's been working on. So there's the front of it. Just hold it still a bit. And then the side. See, there's lots of different colours going on. That head's looking really pretty impressive now. He's been very kind and he's not put a poop hole in there. And then you can see all of the doodling that he's done and the streaks on along the other side. Sorry people, my hands are in the way. So yeah, pretty cool. Awesome, looks nice.
Thank you.
All right, okay, let's let's load her up and see how this pole is. Let's finish up this pole. And the pole. And there's my spiders. There. And so, yes. So, what experience have you had with giant spiders in role-playing games? Run the giant spider as a DM, 61% out of 13 votes. Encountered spiders, 23%. Painted the miniature, only 7%. And none, 7%. Interesting. I didn't realise that. I would have thought everybody had encountered. It's like rats. If you play a role-playing game, there's always rats in the basement. And I always felt, if it's not rats, it's giant spiders. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Apparently I am wrong, because that's why people voted this way. Hey David, hey, thanks for hanging out with us today.
No worries, I was pretty quiet today, sorry.
No, that's right, man. You were focusing on your miniature.
I was.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to say a huge thank you to all of my patrons who support me on Patreon. I am still on holiday. I will be for another week, so that means you're going to have to put up with me painting on my channel for at least another 4 days before it's back to the normal grind. So thanks Fred Hubber for being here, Nick, Pale Rider, really appreciate it. Huge thank you to Derp, who is also a patron. If I forgot to mention that, I do apologise. Hypnotic's been hanging out with us as well. And I believe we had Overboard. Joe's been with us. William Ford. Hey, thank you for chatting with us. That was all good. And we also had Pat Sherwood. I don't see Pat Sherwood that often. It's great to have you here. Andrew. All of you, thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully it was interesting or entertaining or just killed time or something like that. So wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And hey, till next time.
Keep rolling those 20s.
You're getting good at this.